Yeah, I was just watching some documentaries about the Shaolin monks, and when I saw this mentioned a few times, I had the old lightning flash to make a video. So it's Tum-Mo. It's a Harvard study. Meditation changes temperatures, and I can definitely do this. And I've never been to a monastery. I just learned to do this being out in the wild a lot. And then suddenly rain comes and you're out there in a wet shirt doing whatever you're doing. I'm a bush kid from Australia. That's how I grew up. And so I would often have to warm myself after the rain, like I'm walking through the bush or something, whatever it is, going for a surf in, remote locations and stuff like that, hunting for mushrooms, whatever it was. I'd be trapped in the forest, wet, and I'd have to, dry myself. And so I've found out I'm just a natural chi master. And finally now in my 30s, I've been cultivating it more. Anyway, but Tum-Mo is what this technique is called here. You see this here? And it got me thinking about, chi, life force, energy, which this whole energy extraction matrix with its background characters known as organic portal NPCs seek to absorb and or extract. So, life force energy, it's a big loosh farm here. Let's not get too deep into it. If you don't know what loosh refers to, you can have a look on my channel as well. I've already made a few videos about that. Loosh and loose energy. Anyway, so chi, because you see, I hope someone figured that out, what I've said. Chi is, loosh relative, but I always say loose energy. And if there's any other, practices of, martial arts, chi, anything like that, meditation and so on, some of you should have realized, why does he keep saying loose energy? Well, because you already know about Jing. Jing is container energy. Do you get it? It's the Jing that made Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he had a lot of Jing. It's that Jing to the punch. Chi comes from Jing. I'm not going to go deep into it. Anyway, Jing is the more primordial. Chi is kind of what we pull out of that and create in our little human bodies here. Anyway, so Tum-Mo is the technique that is known to, all these people, these Tibetan monks and so on, and that's the body heating technique. And the interesting thing about this is that I just had the lightning flash to say, oh yeah, organic portals, they cannot do this. I'll guarantee it. I'll bet whatever you want. Let's make a bet. We need to do some studies. Harvard needs to get me in there. I've been to university, Harvard. I've done 8 years. I'm qualified to talk to you people. Anyway, so Harvard needs to get someone like me in there who, understands this organic portal thing. If we want to figure out the nature of reality, I think figuring it out in the context of it being a matrix with possible background soulless, spiritless humans is very important. Don't you think that's a bit important? Could lead to, well, why are they there? And, further insight into what this place is. Anyway, so you'd need to get someone like me, and then, like they're getting the monk guy and measuring him. You'd get me, and I'd say, okay, that guy I think is an organic portal. Let's pull him over here. Let's see if he can do Tum-Mo, and if he can't, I'm right. And if he can, I'm wrong. It's that simple. Because I can pick these OPs, yeah? It's not that difficult. Some of them you can see as just the surface, like they look like a brick wall. There's no energy emanation, there's nothing deeper in there. I can just sense this. This is a third eye feeling, a mind sight thing, right? Some of you probably are the same. you can just feel them, and it's like that your energy bounces off them. It's like a brick wall, to be honest. They're just the physical structure. They're the matrix infrastructure. That's why we call them background people, because the matrix is what you're in. The matrix is the medium that you are in, yeah? Like water, you know what I mean? A medium. Anyway. So, you've got this technique, and I think this is an excellent technique to see and test who are organic portals. I just have a huge feeling they're not going to be able to do this. It's interesting here. So, for untrained people, such frigid wrappings would produce uncontrolled shivering. I've had uncontrolled shivering, or not uncontrolled, but gone towards it, then started my Tum-Mo, right? And, I just switch it on. And you just go within, that type of thing, like, the meditatory process begins and blah, blah, blah. Your breathing changes, you get that sort of hypnosis, self-hypnosis happening meditatively. And yeah, you go into Tum-Mo. I just never used to know it had a name. So it's good to know that I'm doing another technique that's from, some martial arts or something, or some ancient, like, meditative, spirited, scripted stuff, like, scriptural stuff, like Tatraka, which is where you stare at things. Pardon me. Indians have that technique, Tatraka, and you stare at things and heal the eyes. I just naturally did that from surfing and having a lot of salty, sunburnt eyes at midday. So I'd sit up on the beach and my eyes would be hurting, and I'd start just staring, and to make them water, you hold your eyes open, like, while you're staring, again, meditatively. And it's called Tatraka, and I found that out, that was a thing. And I was doing that naturally as a young man. So it's interesting. Not only do I, as a spirited human and soul human, and they're different, we're going to talk about that, they're different levels, but as a spirited human, I do this all naturally. And I guarantee you that the organic portals, and I look around, are not doing it and do not do it naturally. So I really think that this is, a way we can get to the bottom of this. Is this real? Is Benjamin and all the other channels just talking shit about, can people even be soulless and so on? Because those people are out there super skeptical. Those people are organic portals, yes. If you're skeptic on organic portals, you are an organic portal, unless you just are really asleep. You must be completely hypnotized by, modernity, society, status quo, and so on. But, I'd want to say that that's a very low percentage, and it's much more likely that people who are skeptic of, can people even be soulless, are most likely organic portals. Like, it'd be a huge percentage, like 95, 99% of them, maybe a few sleepy, soul-spirited humans don't know what's going on, but for the most part, if you're skeptic of the organic portal thing, and this is a matrix, and NPCs exist, you are one. That's become very obvious over time, because my channel is not huge, you see. So we know that they're the majority for reasons like this. You say, well, you can't just base it on your channel being small, but think about how huge a theme this is. This is mind-cracking. This is mind-cracking to figure out, the Matrix, NPCs and all this, and Loosh, aliens, blah, 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 all the stuff, right? It's all mind-cracking. You have, you sit there and you go, whoa, don't you? So anyone who hasn't considered that is then mindless and has not cracked into mind, because we're swimming in a mind ocean, but they're just the surface, and a surface virus. Do you see it? Because we're swimming in a mind ocean. Anyway, so people who cannot do Tum-Mo guarantee their organic portal.